Next up, we have Sarah Jones with an incredible innovation for dealing with mental health. You won't need this, I guess.
No, we don't. Hi, I'm Sarah Jones, and I'm at mHealthTechie on Twitter. And first, I wanted to thank Solve4X and Google X and Imperial College London for imagining that an innovation in mental health care is even something that we should be talking about tonight, because that's a huge achievement for healthcare in general. So if at the end of this presentation you think this is a moonshot that's worth aiming for, then please tweet me and use this hashtag, #BringMeYourDirtyLaundry. So I'm here to talk about a behavioral intervention that I'm working on for anxiety. And I became interested in innovations in mental health after 20 years of jobs ranging from waitressing to technology investment banking to being the global marketing director of a large consumer retail company. And across all of these jobs, there was one thing that struck me and stuck with me. And that was that from intern all the way to CEO, I was watching unchecked and untreated anxiety destroy human potential, personal lives, and professional lives. Anxiety is a very complex health problem. It has many causes, many of which are not very well understood. It's characterized by symptoms like distress, panic, and chronic worry. It's also extremely common. And throughout the world, 1 in 5 people in their lifetimes can expect to have anxiety so bad that it will warrant a diagnosis of an anxiety disorder. But it turns out that that's actually not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that the vast majority of people with anxiety never seek help. So why not? Shame, fear of medication, stigma, a preference for self-sufficiency, these are all very well documented in the scientific literature. And this is a tough pill to swallow. But we mental health providers have to listen to the big picture message that the health consumers with anxiety have been telling us. And that big picture message is, we don't like what you're selling. So let's be honest, maybe it's us, the mental health providers, who need to listen to healthcare consumers and innovate what's on offer. So what would a more innovative therapy look like? Well, true innovation starts with a blank page. And the first thing you add back are the customers you want. So, what benefits would this innovative therapy offer people with anxiety who don't want to seek help? Well, my moonshot innovation embodies my hypothesis about these benefits. So first of all, it wouldn't look like a therapy at all. And it also wouldn't require unpacking emotional baggage as the first step. But how can you start working on anxiety without unpacking emotional baggage as the first step? So it turns out that emotions are one part of anxiety, and the brain processes that manage it are another. And it's like your anxious emotions are the laundry, and the brain processes are like the washing machine. So if the washing machine isn't working well and the laundry is still coming out dirty, what do? Well, we shouldn't throw away the washing machine, but we can change the cycle that it's working on. So it turns out that we can, and that's because anxious people have a brain process that non-anxious people don't have, and it's called a cognitive bias. It's an attentional system that's biased towards threats, and it's a brain process that works like an overactive instinct. And in people with anxiety, this overactive instinct causes their attention to be drawn to things in their environment unintentionally, like a moth to a flame, toward dangerous or threatening things. It's drawn over and over and over again. And it's a loop from which it's very hard to disengage yourself. It's like your dirty laundry is stuck on the same unhelpful cycle over and over and over. So this overactive instinct happens so fast in anxious people that it's actually out of your willful control. It happens so fast you don't even realize it's happening. So it's right here in this split second where your attention is being grabbed unwittingly that a new method of managing anxiety called bias modification is changing the cycle that manages anxiety. So how does it work? Bias modification accesses and repairs unhelpful cognitive biases for anxious people. And it changes the cycle on their machine. In a nutshell, with a software program, it sets up an on-screen competition for your anxiety. But it stacks the odds in your favor against the anxiety. So what does that look like? Well, in 10 to 20-minute sessions, single words and images are presented on a screen, and you're told to respond with rapid-fire keystrokes in quick succession. And researchers all over the world have been working on these for some time now, but the results have been patchy. For example, there have been great successes in clinic, but trials at home on a PC have not been so great. But at the Institute for Global Health Innovation, I'm developing a smarter, data-driven cognitive bias modification technique. It uses algorithms and machine learning to detect the best stimuli for you and your anxiety, and it becomes smarter about you over time. And it uses anonymous aggregated data to help predict the anxiety that may be troubling you, even if you're not aware of it. I'm also developing an unobtrusive screening process. It improves targeting so that people who have anxiety will not feel discouraged by trying something that won't actually work for them in the first place. And at clinical trials at Imperial, we aim to bring quality and safety to health consumers with anxiety with the benefits that they want, that the tool doesn't require unpacking emotional baggage as the first step. Modifying biases doesn't carry stigma, and you wouldn't self-stigmatize for using it. It comes to you on your mobile and tablet rather than you going to it. It's private, it remains confidential should you wish, although we would strongly advocate that you nominate a human supporter for yourself. And my vision is that these bite-sized interventions will integrate with other evidence-based methods and biosensors, and the tool will manage your personal heat map of stress and anxiety triggers in your environment for you and provide appropriate support for you on the fly wherever you are. And there are many unanswered questions that the clinical trials are designed to answer. So keep track of these at the Institute of Global Health Innovation website. And my thanks, of course, to Google X and Solve for X, to Imperial College, my husband and my 4-year-old daughter, who's completely lost. And also to my PhD supervisor, Lord Aradarzi, and to our supporters like the Sigurd Rousing Trust and the Sethia Foundation for supporting all the visionary work that my colleagues at Imperial are also doing. So bring me your dirty laundry. Thanks.